Don't you know, many fighters have been killed by the
Starfighter.
Alright, go kill an anime.
Yeah, Zoro, I'm gonna let you finish and all, but Togashi is the greatest mangaka.
The greatest lazy man ever.
Greatest hiatus master.
Oh,
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm sure there's a 7-year-old somewhere that can draw better than that. I'm just saying.
Ooh, shots fired.
Just saying.
I have to admit, dude, his Hunter x Hunter animation is really fucking bad.
Alright, ready?
Go.
How's it? I got you. I'm talking. I'm trying to do my damn intro. Alright. How's it going, guys? We are the Phantom Group, and we're here today to talk about a really interesting topic. I recently made a video about this. It is the best mangaka. Who do you think the best mangaka is? We're going to have a discussion about that and talk about, mangakas we think are the best. So I'm Zoro Fanboy124, of course. We have Merlin today. Say hello, Merlin.
Hello, I am Merlin, and I am always magical. And sexy.
I don't know. Go kill an anime.
How do I kill anime?
What the hell?
Wait, what?
That's too fast. That's too fast. Saiyan Z3.
Yo.
Alright, we have Phoenix Kai, hopefully back from the Shadow Realm.
Hello.
Yes, he's here. And we have
Calling us from the Shadow Realm.
Hello.
Yes.
Calling us from the Shadow Realm.
I'm sorry.
Shadow Realm has bad connection. Alright, Lunar.
Hello. Hello.
And we have the anime hero.
Yeah.
And I think I said everyone, right? Saiyan Z3? Saiyan Z3? Wait, no, Saiyan Z3's here. What?
You're forgetting someone, man.
And Walkie Double O Dead, of course.
Yeah. Kept you waiting, huh?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Snake quote.
Better late than never, okay?
That was a snake quote, yes. Well done, Zeke.
Oh.
I'm the only one that picked up with it.
Sorry, it's been a while. But, okay, so we're here to talk about, obviously, people that think that, the best mangaka of all time. Who do you guys think? Who wants to start first? Oh?
Fine, I'll go. I'm sure that this one is going to be taken by someone else, but I'm going to bring him up because I honestly think that he's probably one of the best mangaka of all time, and I think that in terms of his plots, in terms of his character development, and the themes that he explores through his characters, being incredibly layered with these amazing well-woven plots, it's no question Nikkei Urasawa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, really, it's just that every manga of his I've ever read, I've only read a couple, but in terms of the story, they're usually very grounded in realism, which is very unusual for a lot of anime because they're more fantastical, but his stories are just so gripping and so interesting. He has some really, really fascinating, complex, in-depth characters and how they interact and the steps that they take, and just he has all these plot twists and turns in all of his stories. I mean, Monster has some of the best, has arguably the best villain in anime and manga, and one of the greatest heroes, Tenma. You got the whole dynamic between Johan and Tenma, which is, going on multiple levels, is incredibly complex. And then you've got 20th Century Boys, which I think tackles a lot of the same issues, but does so, I would argue, even better. And then you've got things like Pluto. It's just, overall, he's just fantastic. And he would definitely, without a doubt, be my pick for best. I mean, he's just an amazing writer.
He has done other genres as well, which a lot of people don't know. He's done like NASA, which is a sci-fi fantasy, and he's done like Pineapple Army and Beta, which is like comedy, high school comedy, Billy Bat, Master Keaton.
Oh, that's right, Billy Bat is good.
Yeah, he's done quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's my pick, for sure.
I know.
And, I'll go next. That's cool. I mean, it's really hard because when I did my video, a lot of people brought up, like, for example, Tezuka. He did, like, apparently 700 manga, which is insane. You write 700 manga, although many of them are one-shots or whatnot, but still. But for me, just from a personal standpoint, really, from what I've seen, I really do believe Inoue, Takahiro Inoue, the mangaka for for Vagabond, rather, Slam Dunk, and for Real is the best mangaka of all time. I really feel like he is the champion of character-driven stories. I think in an interview once he said, it doesn't matter what story is being written, if you bring the characters to life, then everything will work out in the end. It's just, he knows how to make amazing characters, and emotionally driven, deep characters that just make you go with the story and keep you interested at all times. And like I said, with 3 amazing stories, with Vagabond, which is one of my favorites, top 3 manga I've ever read, with Slam Dunk, which is a classic shonen basketball series that inspired things like Kirk and Baskin and whatnot, and is some of the best writing when it comes to sports that I've seen. And with Real, which is probably even better, it's so fucking awesome and deep. I feel like he just knows how to write characters better than I've ever seen. And he keeps you interested and engaged throughout the entire story. I feel like Naoki Urasawa, not to hate on him at all, because he's amazing. I just feel like sometimes his stories drag out a bit. And they go on for a little longer than they need to be, especially when it came to 20th Century Boys. They just dragged out a little too much at some points. I feel like when it comes to Inoue, he constantly keeps you engaged and interested for the most part in his stories, because the characters are just that interesting. That it basically keeps you always interested and always engaged. So I feel like for me, with 3 excellent series under his belt, and the phone, someone's phone. Somebody's phone.
You gotta get the
Banish them to Shadowram. Who is it?
It's fucking Togashi calling.
He's
You
pissed.
gotta get the phone.
You're emotional, man.
And I feel like, and some people may say Togashi. Togashi's good. He's a good pick, but his art sucks, unfortunately, for me. Which is, some people may say Oda, but Oda's only done One Piece, although he's done 70 volumes of One Piece. So, but still, he has more to prove, in my opinion. Mayura has only done Berserk for the most part, but he has his new series, which is pretty good. But, he needs to prove more as well. So I think with 3 series to the level of what he's put through with Vagabond, Real, and with Slam Dunk, I feel like there's very few that could really touch him in terms of quality, consistently quality, and doing different genres. He's done a shonen basketball series and gone to a seinen about the greatest fucking samurai of all time. It's not easy to do that. So, yeah, my pick is for Inoue. He's a master. And plus, his artwork is untouchable, in my opinion. It's just some of the amazing stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, I'll go next then.
Alright.
There's no jumping the gun. I'll go. The person I'm going to pick, I'm not actually technically a fan of his work.
Yeah, we know what this is.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah, but I think, at the end of the day, when you think, who's the greatest mangaka ever, you've got to think of, when that person dies and it's all said and done, what's left? Their legacy in the series is they're left behind, and I've got to go with Tezuka. I mean,
Damn it!
for me, I've got to go with him. I mean, it's just the influence to this guy.
Well, I mean, highly
he's
influential.
Toriyama, he's influenced Miyazaki, all the 700 different mangas. I mean, his art style that he created basically is what we know as anime and manga. And, he created, anime eyes. For his time, this guy was, really, innovative, and, he redefined the genre of shonen. And, you've got people like Stanley Kubrick basically offered him to be the art director of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Mm-hmm. So that's really unheard of, a manga comic book guy getting offered a big part in a Hollywood role. So,
yes.
I mean, other than that, for me, it's, even though I don't like some of his works like Astro Boy or Blackjack or Phoenix, all these great series that he has done, I still think that he arguably has got the greatest legacy of anyone so far. It's going to be really hard to surpass that guy, in my opinion.
So yeah, Zoro, in translation, that means he's the Hulk Hogan of manga. Yeah.
Either way, can be The Rock, though, it's fine.
Dig it, brother.
Oh, man.
But go back on the Tezuka comment, just one more that I wanted to say is that I think I even heard one time that Disney was offering him a job, the actual Walt Disney himself, but...
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was a big fan, actually.
He took a great deal of influence from it.
But then here's another thing that I want to mention is that even Walt Disney ripped off one of his series, though.
Oh, the White Lion thing.
Yeah, that he was influenced by Walt Disney, though.
It was.
Yeah, I know, but Kim of the White Lion, the Lion King, the whole... the style of it was taken straight from his own series. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. And it's actually, you look at Wikipedia anywhere, there's plenty of accused plagiarism between Lion King and Kim of the White Lion, though.
Even though the stories are very lightly similar.
They're very different, but you can see some similarities there. But the point is that it didn't give what credit's due. That's the point. So.
It's true. So basically, without Tezuka, we wouldn't have the Lion King.
Maybe.
That's right. No Kuno Matata.
No,
No, we wouldn't have it. Come on.
I guess I'll go next, but I'm not, actually I wasn't gonna talk about this because I was gonna talk about another mangaka who was just like as big as him. In length of series, there's this guy named Go Nagai who.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, the reason I wanted to talk about him because he has like a lot of diversity, and I just can't help but mention it because he did do a lot of things where I know this goes back to the conversation we had earlier about the first step. If someone didn't take that first step, then what would happen with the rest of the series? Because with Go Nagai. Like, one of the things that I found out that he did is that, he kind of pretty much started the whole mecha thing. While there was already a mechas before, like Gigantor, is that, would you believe that mechas beforehand were remote controlled or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean...
Wasn't he the first one to put, like, human pilots inside of him?
Yeah, that's what Go Nagai thought of. Like, he's the first one to have the pilot inside of the mecha, and that's something that's, like, a standard for the whole jump.
Is he the creator of Gundam?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not the Gundam creator. No, but this is point because he mentioned what we like to call super robots. That's the actual term because there's a difference. Mumbling my words. There's a difference that not people are familiar with between mechas and super robots. The thing is, mechas is a little more military based, I guess you could say, and the super robots are more like kind of more in the superhero route or more over the top, like
Power Rangers.
Yeah,
something like that. You can
Sentai.
you consider him
Sentai,
like you could consider Big O and Gurren Lagann to be more like super robots actually than mechas because of how over the top they could be. But the point is, what I was going with Go Nagai is that aside from making the mecha, he also created like ecchi series and kind of also took the first step in the magical girl genre with Cutie Honey for her ability to transform to different forms. And which, eventually led to other things, but...
That's true. Cutie Honey is highly influential for the magical girl genre.
Should we be happy that there's magical girls now?
Yeah, there's some good series. Sailor Moon.
Yeah, there's plenty of good.
I said it, Joe. I meant it jokingly. I was kidding.
I like magical.
Damn, Zoro.
With Go Nagai, like, what I liked about the dude is that he besides having like shitloads of series that I'm not even know, is that I wouldn't consider him the best, but probably one of the top tier mangakas because of how much work and effort he's done for the business as well as dedication to mangas. Because there's some of his series that are just awful, with all honesty. They're just like, there was like his original Cutie Honey, that 2-volume manga is essentially a bad porno, like a really, really bad. It's disgusting.
Well, hey man,
yeah, bro, we have children listening. Come on, man.
Everybody's got their duds though. No matter what you're creating, it happens.
I know, but Go Nagai probably has a couple dozen, in honesty, out of all the has.
Well, to be fair, honestly, Hero, like a lot of Go Nagai stuff was kind of early exploitation.
Pretty much.
I
guess I'll go. There's some, I don't think there's one greatest mangaka, but if I had to choose one, I think Togashi's a good one, Inoue's a great one, but of course I'm going to go with Toriyama. I don't think anyone else is. Did anyone else? No, but seriously,
well, it's okay, D. Somebody had to say it.
I really do feel Toriyama, and it's not just because of Dragon Ball though. I guess yeah, there's Dr. Slump and there's
Do you know the origin of how he became a mangaka?
Yeah, it was with Tezuka, him and Araki.
No, that he didn't have a job and he was good at drawing and he just randomly decided to enter a contest and he won.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The Shonen Jump contest?
Yeah, he never actually wanted to become one. It's just he needed to make money and then he just decided to.
That's actually. I'm glad you said that because I was going to talk about like the whole thing about luck in Toriyama's career, but
yeah, pretty much.
I do feel like Toriyama, especially the characters that he created, I feel like as far as a main character and a anti-hero goes, and that intelligent character like Piccolo, I feel like it doesn't get better than probably the Z Fighters. I think as far as the idiot, naive hero goes, it doesn't get better than Goku. The rival and the anti-hero doesn't get better than Vegeta. And as far as that, sort of intelligent character, I don't think it gets better than Piccolo. I just love the Z Fighters, probably outside of maybe some humans say like Yamcha and Chaozu, but I just love his main cast. And I think one of the best parts about Dragon Ball and just Toriyama's writing in general is that in these series you have people like blowing up planets and killing people with just like nothing more than their little finger, right? But at the same time, he just draw these guys just like hanging out like for an entire week. Like take Goku and Gohan during the Cell games; they're just hanging out for like 10 days before the Cell games start. And those sort of chapters, I think, really add atmosphere to the sort of action-filled sort of chapters.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is good.
And it's not just the character. I feel like he's good. He does write simple plots, but I think with arcs, say like the androids arc, or probably a plot, say something like Jaya, which is another one of his one shots, he is capable of writing somewhat complex plots, and I think that's why I really like his stories, because he can vary between simple plots like say Dr. Slump and in some cases Dragon Ball. And then, just go to the opposite, spectrum.
Hey, honestly, yeah, I think that, Toriyama's plots are often simple, but there's a lot of subtext, though. He does cover a lot of deep themes.
I feel he doesn't get enough credit for that.
He can, no, that's what I'm saying. He can range, like, from that simple plot to the somewhat complex plot because of things like the Cell arc, because of things like that one shot in Jaya. I mean, those are somewhat complex plots within themselves. And I also feel like he's just great at drawing things. Just the artwork is just beautiful. There's this one dragon that I was looking at in Sandland. It was the first chapter. That's probably like a top 5 picture that I've ever seen in manga. Just the way that scales were drawn, the horns that were coming out, the eyes, just everything about it was just so beautiful. And he can just draw action scenes like no other mangaka.
I'd say a lot of people don't give him credit for the world that he builds.
That's true. Yeah,
he does have a pretty awesome world.
That too, and then he's pretty much the founding father of shonen manga. And while I do feel that a foundation can certainly be improved upon, I have yet to see it like in a complete package the way that Dragon Ball did. I felt Dragon Ball had great characters, had good enough plots, had great action, evoked some sort of emotion in the reader. But I've yet to see a manga like do it as perfectly or as wholly as Dragon Ball.
Well, I think it's the originator of the style today. That's why I think it can't be.
It's probably why it's still arguably the most globally popular. Shonen. So.
This is what happens when we had 5 fans of Dragon Ball at one call.
It happened. I'm sorry. Wait, so who's not a fan? Now we got to point him out.
I'm not a fan. Yeah. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm not a fan. That means the greatest thing ever created by man.
Damn, man. Why you gotta go?
Might be somewhat slightly maybe overrated a little bit.
And I guess just to end off real quick, I feel like he's like the master of just one-shot manga, especially humorous one-shot manga. Sandland, Kawa, Nico Majin, Jaya, Jocko the Galactic Patrol, man. Just so many one-shots that he's made. And of course, Dr. Raw, that was his previous series before Dragon Ball. Just the amount of humor that he puts in it. And it is old school.
Oh yeah. One thing, Toriyama's hilarious.
His comedy actually is really good. Kai, go before you break up.
Okay, alright, here I go. Yeah. The manga, the best person I think who writes a great manga, in my opinion, is Yashiri Naito, who made Trigun. And the reason why I said Trigun, I don't think he's like the best artist, but damn, he can write some great characters. For example, Vash the Stampede. If you ever think about Vash's character development or his personality, why he acts like a fucking goofball, and you find out the bad things that happen to him, and it kind of leaves you startled. And since Vash isn't like the only interesting character, he has these other interesting characters such as the Insurance Girl and Nicholas D. Wolfwood. I just like the man's work. And his things with philosophy and life, and the guy's a Christian, and I like how he used his philosophies and his religion into his work, and it fits so well in the series. So, that's about it.
That's actually a good one. That's good, Kai. I wouldn't expected that.
The best manga, in my opinion. Hey man, there's a lot of factors that go into this. For me, storytelling, artwork, the work you put in the series, dedication. Let me cut right to the chase. I say the best mangaka just totally is Yoshihiro Takahashi. No.
Yoshihiro Takahashi. You said good artwork.
I think it's Yoshihiro Togashi. Hey.
You think it's good artwork?
I said it's Yoshihiro Togashi. Hey. So it's Yoshihiro Togashi.
Hey man, how could you say he's the best? He skips like for years.
Hey, here's
3-year-old
I
coloring.
think he's the laziest mangaka of all time. Okay?
Hey,
Dole, man, no, I'm gonna let you know his stories are amazing, but he's lazy as fuck.
You're right. Hey, so who else? Kentaro Miura. He's lazy. It's
At
cool.
least he has good artwork. It makes sense why it takes months to make a new chapter.
That's true.
No, that's not an excuse.
Besides, man, he's saying it. It's a whole nother level.
Togashi, let me explain. Togashi, I say, is best because the approach is that he takes the series, especially for shonen in our time, the 90s with Yu Yu Hakusho. I believe he had a short series that we don't really remember, and we have Hunter x Hunter. This guy can have such a compelling story that he's been on a hiatus since forever. His 2011 anime has come out, and his manga is the 5th selling out of Japan in the U.S. or out of North America. It's not even active. Like, the content inside of the story is much different than what we get, because we have Gon, of course, our main protagonist in his story, and then we have different characters, Killua, Kurapika, the Oreo. We got people where we don't expect from. We get, like, I think we just did in our previous video about the best arcs, the Yorkshin arc, the Chimera Ant arc, all this creative stuff, the Chapter Black arc, the Dark Tournament arc, all of those put together, and what Togashi's put his work into. I think he's the best all around. And you guys may say,
Dole, in terms of story, you're right. He's one of the best.
I got you. Well, I got you. But even when I say, oh, you may clown on him because of his artwork, and a lot of, just him being accurate, when you look, when you actually read a manga, and when you actually look at, like, his old stuff, he's not the best. And I compare him, and I'm going to get flack for this, I compare him to, on the same par as, or even a small tip less than Hiro Mashima, because I don't think Hiro Mashima puts the greatest detail in his work. But he's very flamboyant with his work. Hold on, man. He's very flamboyant with his stuff. And while Togashi, you can tell that he's very lazy. He doesn't apply the best, but when he's really on it and when he's really motivated, he really puts out good content. And you actually care, especially with Hunter x Hunter. I would debate if Hunter x Hunter was as active, or if we would have put the Ichiro Oda effort into his series, the Hunter x Hunter and One Piece would be neck and neck. I would argue that.
Yeah.
Even with Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z was, it's Dragon Ball Z. And I just put Togashi as top in my opinion. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Wants to go next?
Going.
All right, fine.
Today is your lucky day because I'm going to pick her.
Oh, snap. Oh, FMA for the win.
Yes, Hiromu Arakawa. She wrote one of the best shonen series, Fullmetal Alchemist. It's actually really rare where you think of female mangakas that have written shonen series, and I guess the first thing you'd pop into your head would be her. Of course, not only Fullmetal Alchemist, but also a recent series called Silver Spoon. I don't know if you heard of that one.
Nice.
Yeah, completely opposite of Fullmetal Alchemist. Basically about going to school.
Really good storytelling.
Learning about agriculture.
Oh yeah. Well, Lunar, I'm curious. You did bring Himuro up, but no love for Rumiko Takahashi? Huh?
I don't know who that is.
Anybody?
Oh, I did.
No, it's not ringing a bell.
Rama 1/2 and Inuyasha?
Didn't like any of those.
Yeah.
No, I like Inuyasha, but I didn't think it was the best written. But I like Inuyasha.
Hey, since we were talking about female shonens, I was going to throw it out there, but go ahead, Luna.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a fan of Inuyasha.
It's okay.
So, yeah, what I really like about her is that based on those 2 manga series that I've read, it shows that she has done a really good job of portraying characters. From their serious moments to their very funny moments, especially with Edward Elric. The way he was portrayed, you know, going from very serious into, of course, very funny, especially how his temper works whenever you call him short.
Yeah, that's like his weakness, is insulting about his height.
Yeah.
And the villain never picked up on it.
I know, like, you'd think, like, all like, father had to do be like, hey, Edward, you're a short-ass bitch. Like, no!
Swilly.
But, you know, it's not only, as I mentioned before, like, not only does she have written great comedy, but also very dramatic moments, even sad ones. I mean, I don't want to get into full detail, but you could all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Intense.
it's 2.
It's some intense moments, for
I
sure.
think it's 2 intense moments. Now I thought of 3.
Yeah, it's like one of those things you watch, you're like, oh my god, I can't watch this show. It's too sad.
I know! But you keep watching it anyway, because I actually like her concept of alchemy, you know, with equivalent exchange. Not only that, but you get to see each character's unique abilities and what they can do. Also, the homunculi. One of the antagonists of the series.
Well, Luna, there's one thing about her writing style I think is fantastic, and it's evident I think in both the manga and the anime series, both of them, is that FMA I think is one of the few series I've seen where you consistently could have yourself laugh and cry in the same episode and still want to watch more, you know? Like
yeah, I know.
Yo, if I could throw a 2-piece, you know, in Full Metal, I just like, you know, how the manga that she just said, that how her philosophy on alchemy, like how you said, just works into the equivalent exchange, and how she wrapped it up, especially at the end, you know, brotherhood, and just, it felt like it was very important. And a lot of these mangakas who write, you know, the first thing that they put into the story isn't exactly what's at the end, and, you know, she kept to her guns, and the way she ended it, I thought was wow. You know, I felt satisfied. I felt this all done.
And think about how rare that is too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare. Have a complete story like that.
Yeah.
It is something special.
Yeah.
No, that was a good pick, though, Winner. Awesome.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know about you, Zoro, but I think we had a pretty awesome discussion.
Why you dig so?
I think it was a good little discussion, guys. So you want me to sign us out?
Yeah, right.
All right, so we have been the Phantom Group. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion. I think no matter who you think is the best, it's kind of hard to say for sure there is one, but it's good to discuss it and talk about it and just talk about our favorite little series in Mangaka. So I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. We are the Phantom Group. Let's have everyone sign out. I am ZeroFanboy124. Merlin?
You know what, guys? This was a great discussion. You all had great picks. These are all great authors of Japanese comics, which is what we love to talk about. Anime, Phantom Group starting off strong. Let us know who your favorite mangakas are. If we didn't mention any, please let us know. I'm Merlin, I'm Magical, and sub to the Phantom Group and all these awesome people.
All right. Can you, Scott?
Shadow Realm.
Shadow Realm. All right, let's go with Walking Double Dead.
I'm Walking 00 Dead. Subscribe to the Phantom Group.
Okay, Lunar Spiral.
Nearly 200 subs already. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had good stuff.
Alright. Okay, I guess me. Alright, I'm Lunar27. As I said before, I review weekly manga chapters, reaction videos to anime series, and that's about it at the moment. Subscribe to Phantom Group and subscribe to everybody else here.
Sounds good. Alright, we have Saiyan Z3.
Awesome choices. Really nice discussion, but I'm Saiyan Z3. I make videos and put them on YouTube.
Unchanging.
We all do that.
We all differentiate yourself, man.
What, you do? You do say it? I didn't.
Whatever.
Alright, Hero.
I'm the anime hero. Review anime so you can enjoy it. Yeah!
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But his writing is amazing. He is
amazing. I'm kidding.
Alright,
Alright, so we were the Phantom Group. Togashi's great, but Oda's better. We're out.
Fuck's sake,